Summer 2020 basement tour. With all the time off I've had lately, I've been able to get the basement set up pretty much how I want it. So we started with my computer table, we're moving on to my work desk, the artwork that I have hung, some stuff in the window, poster, moving on to the HeroClix shelf. We've got some busts up above. I don't like how the boxes back there look, so I may put those in a different spot. My old Resident Evil 4 commemorative chainsaw controller. We've got HeroClix. This is the non-Marvel and DC shelf. Monsters, Star Trek, Street Fighter, Ninja Turtles. We've got Marvel Heroes, HeroClix. They're in alphabetical order, so those risers are just the first few letters of the alphabet. Moving down to the Marvel villains. Lighting situation isn't ideal, but it is what it is. Below we have the DC heroes. No, sorry, those are the villains on the risers. Don't remember why I put that gap there. And then DC Heroes. We've got the downstairs video game setup, mostly corded games. We've got the couch with very on-brand pillows. We've got my collection of video games. Again, mostly the corded stuff, plus my music collection. Some HeroClix I was planning on selling down there. Poster. And now the collection room. If you know me, this is what you were no doubt waiting for. So the big set of tables in the middle of the room, this is my Lego city. It's mostly blocked out, but far from finished. We got the amusement park right here. This is eventually going to be my outdoor adventure area for people who enjoy camping, woodsy type adventures. We've got the automotive section of the city right here. The main street with the modular buildings. I started collecting these a little late, so some of the earlier ones that I like are outside of my price range. Got some vehicles, got some little shops here. This is kind of a bad angle to view those. Got the bridge to nowhere. We've got the Ninjago City stuff. We've got the beach section. And then the back part of the city, let me go back. We've got the hospital, we've got the school, which is haunted, we've got the Ghostbusters firehouse, so it's okay that the school is haunted. Police station, the rich part of town with the mansion and the pirate-themed treehouse, and the airport to nowhere, I suppose. And then down below the big table is my comic collection, labeled and alphabetized. Looking at the shelves, more Lego stuff. I swear I'm more of a Transformers collector. Okay, up top we've got Marvel Heroes, Marvel Hero Vehicles, Marvel Villains, DC Heroes, and DC villains. And then moving over. This is... should have ended here. Whatever. We'll go backwards. Transformers Animated. Transformers Prime, plus some Construct Bots. Oh yeah, Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 is in there too. And then some room for expansion below. To the right, we've got And I'm doing a terrible job. Okay, that previous shelf was just Robots in Disguise 15. This is all Transformers Prime. And below that, I have not gone very hard into Transformers Cyberverse. Most of it is aimed at younger collectors, which is, you know, fine. Gotta bring those kids in, but not for me. We got the Batman 66 Batcave in Lego. Lego vehicles that I don't really have any place for. They were included in sets that had other things that I wanted. GoBots, Rock Lords, and my old childhood Voltron. A lot of these guys, the ones on the right in the front that are still in vehicle form, they are too loose to stand. Pretty old stuff. Old Legos. No, that's not Legos, dummy. Well, I don't have any editing software, so the flub is just going to be there. These are old McDonald's McChangeables, as well as a Looney Tunes train and an old wooden train, and a Snoopy, which my wife is huge into Peanuts, but that Snoopy is actually mine. Got my bookshelf. Tons and tons of Transformers art books. Garage type stuff, that's not interesting. Okay, here we go. Here's what you want. Well, here's what I want. I'm gonna go back and forth starting at the top. So this is what they call the Chug shelf. The Classics, Henkei, Universe, and Generations Transformers. Starting with the Autobots, and you can see on the bottom left some Batman die-cast vehicles, and on the bottom right, movie and TV show characters. So we're just gonna slowly walk, still looking at those classic style Autobots. We say classic styles, these are not actually the old ones, these are modernized updates of the old ones. We've now got my video game action figure shelf coming into view, and now we're looking at Decepticons, and we're really close to the lamp, so I'm gonna angle this way awkwardly so that we don't get the lamp into the shot. Some miscellaneous stuff on that shelf down below. I'm not big on Pop figures, but I will give Pop this. They tend to produce merchandise for either shows that don't have very much merchandise, or that when it did have merch, I was too young to have a job to actually pay for it. Oh, my old VHS tape's back there. A few more Pops. Moving down. In front here, Revenge of the Fallen, Devastator. Waiting until I have the whole thing before I open him up. Enterprise, Thundercats, miniature stuff. Mostly Transformers, but some Power Rangers in there too. The start of my Pokemon collection, my roleplay weapon collection, because I'm a major dork, and a handful of G.I. Joe stuff that has connections to Transformer stuff. Super deformed Gundams, regular Gundams, and my anime shelf. Those Dragon Ball figures are old and have not aged very well. There are better ones available now, but they're also a lot more expensive than they used to be. Miscellaneous robots, plus a couple more Thundercats in there. Behind me, next to the Legos, the Lego City, we got Armada and Energon Decepticons and Autobots. Below that, we got Cybertron, Autobots, and Decepticons. Below that, we have movie Decepticons that actually appeared on the screen. These two on the right are recent purchases, so I haven't gone in and added them to their proper spot yet. Movie Autobots that appear on screen, and movie Autobots that did not appear on screen. Movie Decepticons that did not appear on screen. To my left, Lego robots. That Voltron is amazing. The specific crossroads of my interests, it may be my favorite Lego set of all time. The robot that's right in front of him is one of my favorite Lego sets from my childhood. Below that, we have Lego spaceships. I love those UFO sets. Also from my childhood. Shelob. We've got Lego Jurassic World and Arctic themed stuff. Does it go together? Doesn't matter. Lego Halloween themed stuff. Particularly sharp-eyed viewers might notice E.T. and Gizmo in there. The Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion back left. There's a haunted train in there. Dracula's hearse. All kinds of cool stuff. Moving around to this side, we have my Generation 1 Autobot collection. Used to have a lot more. A couple summers ago I sold off some of them. Don't really regret it though. These guys have nostalgia going for them, but they haven't aged super well. Some Generation 2 and Machine Wars in there as well. And then my Generation 1 Decepticons. A little bit of third party in the form of some Quintessons in there. We got Beast Machines. We've got Beast Wars characters that appeared on the show. I also sold off a handful of Beast Wars characters, and that I do regret, because I had an almost complete set of Beast Wars, and a pretty good chunk of Japanese exclusive Beast Wars too. So here's characters that didn't appear on the show, as well as some Beast Wars 2nd and Neo figures, and I know that those had shows, but they were never dubbed into English. Predacons, so that shelf was Maximals, here's Predacons. Below that, I've got Cybertronian forms, miscellaneous characters. I apologize for the lighting. Primus and Unicron are in there. And then Robots in Disguise 2001. Last, no, not last, almost. We're getting there. Okay. Masterpiece. I have been priced out of Masterpiece for the last few years. These guys have really crept up. I mean, they were always expensive, but they've become a lot more expensive in the last few years, so I am not likely to get very many more of these. Masterpiece Decepticons, the previous were Autobots. That Megatron is the Combiner Wars version, because the first Masterpiece Megatron was garbage, and the second one is too expensive. We got alternators. I used to have almost all of them, but I pared it down. And then, I'm not a huge mint-in-box collector, but a lot of these more recent reissues have been difficult for me to pass up. Pepsi, Convoy, Pepsi branded Optimus Prime back there. Stealth Series Hound. Okay, now the last shelf. Oh yeah, the big boys. Titans and Combiners. We got Autobots on the left. Robots in Disguise, Fort Max, and Predaking in the middle. Decepticons on the right, with room for Scorponok to be added back there at a later date. Commander-class Skylinks will probably go there in front of Predaking. But wait, there's more. We got Voltrons, we got Robotech, and we got my mostly childhood Megazords, plus some more Power Ranger stuff right there. So, a few boxes with miscellaneous junk still to be unpacked. The Lego City needs some organizing. But all in all, I'm happy with it.